Hey everybody, it's SoCal Mike with GameGavel.com, the auction site for gamers, and RetroGamingRoundup.com, the retro gaming podcast. And we've got kind of an interesting product review for you guys today. I'm kind of a sucker for, gadgets and whatnot. And of course, we all, at least most of us love our iPhones and iPod touches and whatnot. And, one of my favorite things to do is collect pinball machines and arcade games and whatnot. And so as soon as I heard that there was a company that was making a kind of mini pinball machine accessory for the iPhone or the iPod Touch, I thought, I really need to pick one of these up and do a review of it. So I did call around to some of the Best Buy stores in my neck of the woods here and did find one store out of about three that had one of these left. So I don't know if they all sold out or if they're just limited availability or what at this point. But here's the box. You can kind of see it's an attractive looking box. And, the machine looks pretty cool on here. It's got the lights in the background here. You can see the plunger, the player credit button for up to 4 players, and then your left and right flippers. It says on the box here, working pinball controls, button and plunger, left and right flipper buttons, ball launch, plunger, credit player select buttons, realistic machine cabinet with folding legs for easy storage, animated back box with LEDs behind the back glass enhance the game excitement. Gameplay features, dazzling real gaming experience, classic and unique playboard layouts, advanced multi-level and multiplayer competition, 4 possible multi-ball modes, end-to-ball and replay bonuses, tilt detection, tilt warning and activation, and ball saver. So, they're basically selling you, old-school pinball here. It says here on this side of the box, work your slap save, backhands, drop stop, bounce pass, and death save on this working pinball machine accessory, they call it. Accessory. Just like the classic cabinets, only smaller. Pinball Magic is a time machine that recreates classic arcade pinball action on your iPhone or iPod Touch. Now, the one downside to this thing that I can see right off the bat for me personally is, having an iPod Touch, I've got no speakers on this thing, and so there's no sound, which was a kind of a big disappointment to me. I thought that perhaps there'd be an area maybe in the front here or underneath it where you could somehow, attach your headphones to the table, or perhaps similar to how the backlights are powered off of this unit, I thought perhaps there would be sound built into this thing coming out of the speakers, and as far as I can tell, that there is not. Anyway, so there's the unit. It did mention that it had folding legs, so these legs, do fold out, as it says, and as far as the app itself goes, it's a pretty attractive app. Now, the one thing that I see on this pinball table is that the plunger is, seems pretty delicate, and I'm not sure, how many, plunges it's got in its life. The one good thing about it is that, here's a look at the table. So it's an attractive looking table. It's a real playable table. You can see some of the lights going now. Let's go ahead and credit up, and I'll talk a little bit more about how this plunger works. So we're going to go ahead and, as you see down here, we can credit up for 1, 2, 3, or 4 players. We'll keep it at player 1. The ball has dropped down here. I'm going to go ahead and fold the front leg up. Now, the good thing about this plunger is you can pull the plunger back. I don't know how good you guys are going to see this here. It's hard to kind of tell you. And you don't have to completely let it go. Actually, I'm not sure what happened here. Let's try it again. Okay, so the plunger, the ball is going up. The flipper controls aren't bad. I was a little bit concerned that maybe the flippers would be a little funky, or maybe have a little bit of a delay in them, and there's maybe a very, very slight delay in it. But for the most part, it plays a decent a game of pinball. You saw the lights flash in there, and it's pretty cool that depending on sometimes when you hit some of the drop targets, it coincides with the lights going off. So it's actually got some good communication between the board and the back box there, which I thought was kind of neat. So, you know, I don't know if I could recommend the product or not. You know, it's, yeah, I think if you really like pinball and you collect pinball machines, and I mean you really like pinball, it's kind of a cool, you know, little gadget to pick up. If you don't like pinball, you know, I don't know if it would be worth $40. And frankly, I mean, even to me, loving pinball and collecting pinball, $40 I think is a bit steep on this thing. Of course, the apps are free, you know, that you download, which you know, that's a good deal. And hopefully, you know, they continue coming out with some more tables. Here is kind of the options area here. You do see a place for master control, background sounds, and game sounds. And we do have the sounds on. And it looks like there's tilt enable up here, but maybe right now they don't have that worked into the app yet. So, you know, it's cool. You know, I appreciate what they're doing, that's for sure. You know, hopefully maybe somebody will be able to do something similar to this and have some sort of actual plug-in for your iPhone or iPod Touch where you actually have a hand controller to play the games. I know all of us have been wanting that for a really long time. And I guess, you know, if Apple approved this device, perhaps they'll approve a controller device of some sort. So anyway, I'm going to leave it up to you guys whether or not you know, you decide this is something that you need or not. It's kind of cool, you know, and it's kind of got a geek factor to it that's kind of neat. You know, the iPod snaps into it, you know, very nicely and you know, pretty solid. And it does feel a little more solid with the, you know, the iPhone or the iPod in it. It adds a little bit more weight to it. Otherwise, you know, it's all plastic and it feels pretty lightweight. But it looks cool. It's kind of a cool way to store your, you know, your iPod Touch or your iPhone. So, it's kind of neat. So anyway, do with it what you will, with the information I've given you. If you think it's cool, run down to Best Buy if you can find one and pick it up. And, if you don't, then skip it. Hope you all learned something about this, product.